Hi everyone, this is Dr. Erdogan by Smile Hair Clinic. Today I would like to share with you a patient of us that we did his operation 2 years ago. I will inform you about the operational facts and the result you will see within time. So let's start with his raw photos first. Patient is, by the way, 30 years old. He has experiencing hair loss for 2 years. He used finasteride and minoxidil for some time, but he didn't see some improvement. So that's why he came to us for transplantation. Once we are looking for his scalp photos, that he has a receding hairline. His temporal areas were very receded back. Also the frontal hairs are very thin. The mid hairs and the crown hairs as well. Overall, he has a very thin hair in the donor area also. So we tried to get the maximum grafting with him because he needed the maximum session, but at least even we take 6,700 grafts with him because of very thin hair. We see mostly with more blonder or more Nordic people from Europe, we see more thin hair, so we try to get the maximum grafting. And once we complete his extraction with 6,700 grafts, the total hair number was nearly 8,000 hairs. Majority is doubles and triples, which we like to see more to give more strength. But for the hairline, of course, we need more weak, more thin, more single hairs to create a more natural hairline. His expectation was for the frontal hairline. He just need to be lower the line, so we did that. Let's check about his other photos with the donor area. It looks good, it looks denser, but it was a little bit thin actually. This is from top appearance. As you see, miniaturized hairs, total hair. He's using longer hair to cover everything. Okay, so we planned him together. Always we do this planning with the patients together. Of course, we give some recommendations to them after we hear their expectations, but we try to make it more realistic thing for covering more areas in the crown, in the mid scalp. So we are always against to lower the hairline too much and try to take as much as we can according to the proportions of his face. I think it was ideal whatever we drove to him. It could be a little higher seen, but for covering more areas it's better actually. It's a little bit roundy. It may look flat when you see one dimension, but of course it is a little bit roundy. You can see by the other photos. Here, this is how it seems from the side. We always want lower point and ending up with higher point. This is when we look from top, it looks more round as you see. Our focus is always to create the both temple part, and in the frontal part, the central part is very important for us. If we fortify that area, it always looks more denser. I would like to show you his donor area by when it's shaven. I'm zooming it so you can see it's very thin. It's a very small area actually. We try to be in the safe donor area. With those kind of very thin hairs, we use very small punches to extract more grafts. We are using sometimes 0.6, 0.7, 0.8, 0.9 millimeter of punches with the diameter. If it is more thicker hair, we use larger punches in order to extract those grafts without fracture. But it leads less numbers sometimes because in 1 centimeter square we try to get the numbers without the holes are too close to each other. At that time we prefer the smaller punches, and it increased the number of the extractable number every time. So it happened with our patient like that. Okay, so let's check photos after we do the implantation. Okay, this is the final operation end result. So as you see, the fronts are more intense and more dense actually, both temporal part including the frontal part. Then we decrease the density to cover more areas in the middle and in the back. Sometimes, yes, sometimes even we have 3,000, 4,000 grafts and we have better coverages. Sometimes with this number, with higher number, we have less coverage. It all depends on the structure and the caliber of the hairs. Sometimes they are very thin, sometimes they are very thick. The number is not important. The important thing is what multiple ratio, or if it's thin or thick, these are affecting the results actually with us. I would like to show you more with the crown here. Also, you can see more with the crown, but as you see, from starting one point to the end, we get the density. So with this number of grafts, we always see, of course, more. Sometimes doctors criticize these numbers. Even they do the same. I mean, even they say it should be not over 4,000 or 4,500. I'm seeing the other doctors also using 6,000, 5,000 hairs. It is not important about the number. I'm again repeating this. It's important about the ratio of the hairs that you are taking from 1 centimeter square. Let's check his photos right now. It's growth, third mount. It starts to grow in the frontal as well. And in the side, it looks okay. Or in the donor area, yes, it is a little bit visible right now, but it is 6 month photos or in the end photos, you will see that it will be very nice. Yes, we were doing more smaller sessions before, but I think patients spend their time for 1 year with the progress, spend their money. It's not a very good recovery process for sure. And sometimes before we were doing 2 sessions or 3 sessions for the patients. But we believe that maximum effort in 1 session is more comfortable for the patient. So sometimes I told you that the surgeons criticize with 4,000 grafts, over 4,000 grafts, but they do even the second session. So it is again 6,000, 7,000 grafts. So if we can do in one time without damaging, without creating a problem in the donor area, I think we should do that for medical tourism patients that is coming from far to here. Okay, let's check 6 month. It's well growth. Now I will see from the front. Very nice, he changed too much. As you see, he has a little darker hair color because of the donor area hairs were darker, and once we are experiencing hair loss problem, it is always lighter. And so he changed too much. Already start to grow in the frontal part and mid scalp. Yes, crown is not well desired right now, but still, I mean, this result, 6 month result, even for happy for the patient. This is from the side. You see there is nothing in the donor area. I will show the other side. Very nice hairline, very natural. It could not be noticed that he has a hair transplantation. Okay, let's check the 9th month. After the 7th or 8th month, we always expect thickening. Yeah, in the first it grows, but the thickening occurs after 7 or 8 months. You see, of course, it's more natural, much better, more thicker. You can't notice the frontal hairs that they are transplanted. Crown is still not very desired way, but still better. If you look mid and frontal part, it is full, like he had never receding, so it looks okay. All right, so whatever we have as a 12th mount photo, I'm showing you. Again, from front, very nicely growing hair. From back, yes, still crown may need another operation, but we leave it, we talk with the patient. But front and mid scalp is perfectly healed. This is his donor area from the back. It looks like it is very nice. And from side, it looks very perfect. A happy patient, a happy result for us too. We are also glad to see that he is happy and he has a nice result. Changing the patient's appearance is very important for us. And we did this with this patient. Thank you for watching and have a nice day.